Hi folks, in this video we're gonna cover the difference of this in regular JavaScript function and in arrow function. To do so, we're gonna go through the example code in this Stack Overflow post and the another. I'm gonna include the links in the description. So let's start. This poster is wondering if he runs this code, he should print my name is Jason, but instead the Jason part is absent. It just prints my name is. So what is he doing wrong? The reason is in the way that an arrow function works. Here, this doesn't point to the person or object when he calls it, as in a regular function. Instead, this in an arrow function refers to the global or the window object. I know that it's a bit confusing, but I'll prove it to you. Just clear it. Okay. Right now, this happens because it's inside the CodePen IDE. So I guess the window object in this case is CodePen, but it's still not printing JSON as we would like. As you might have guessed, we need to use the regular function instead of the arrow function written here. So let's create another property, shout2. And then this name. So shout2 is a regular function. Shout is a arrow function. So let's let person shout 2. As you can see, it prints JSON. So that is an illustration of how a regular function and an arrow function differs. Let's go back to the question. So I commented here, this in this case is a window or global object. It needs more explanation, and I know, so I'll go through with it. This example code is excellent. So it has property name, and 3 functions: shout, shout2, and shout3. Shout is a regular function. So this name, this dot name actually refers to JSON as expected. Why? Because in a regular function, this points to the object that is invoking the function shout. Here you can clearly see the person object is invoking the shout function. So who's calling shout? In this case is person object. So this refers to person in this case. So the console log goes when shout is invoked from person, my name is Jason, as expected. Secondly, shout2 is a arrow function. What did we learn about the arrow function? This doesn't depend on which object that is invoking it, but it stays constant. It always points to its parent. Who's the parent in this case? You guessed it, the window object. So in shout2, this points to window. So what is this dot name? It's window dot name, which is global. So if you do person.shout2, you guessed it, it will output my name is global. Lastly, the third method, shout3, is another regular function. So as in the first one, this correctly points to the person object who's invoking it. So this dot name is Jason. So if you run the last command, it will say my name is Jason. I hope that's a bit clearer. What if you have an outer function and inside there's an inner function written in arrow function form? In that case, as you might have guessed, that this would be pointing not to the window this time, but to the outer function. So you would be able to access the properties of the outer function. Let's look at the last example. Actually, let me just copy and paste this and you will see what I mean. Wait for the console. As you can see, my name is Jason, my name is global, my name is Jason. So everything works, right? Okay. Last example. This is a similar example to this one. Can you guess what would happen if you do let Bunny to run first, second and third method inside the Bunny? Or let me clear that up, that's a bit confusing. Just run first and second, third and let Bunny do all those. What will happen? You have the property name and task. The first one is a arrow function, so this would be the window object, right? The second is a regular function, so this would be the bunny, right? And the third, it just takes the this dot task, which is the bunny, and for each element of task, for each task, console log this. So you would predict if you run the third, you would output object 3 times, one for each element of task. If you're not convinced, let me run that too. Okay, let me clear it. Wait for the output. Yep, so the first one is a arrow function, so this would be the window object as I see here. The second would refer to the bunny object who's calling it, which is an object. You can see it's an object, and there are 3 objects for each element of task. This one, and this one. So everything works as expected. It would be good if I write an outer function and an inner function and then see if the arrow functions this behaves as expected. But I guess I will do that in the next video. I will include a link to these 2 posts in the description. Thanks you very much and see you next time.